All right, now we're at the, maybe a maddening statistics. And I have got some questions here kind of to give you a hint where we're going. How average are you? Average. Or are you just mean? Let's see what this means. So this maddening thing that we were talking about is actually called mean absolute deviation, or MAD for short. So we're going to look at the same data we did before. We had already calculated the mean, or the average for this data, and we said that it was 82. So let's just write that over here, 82. There's my average. Now, instead of having x's there, what I actually want to do is write out for each one of these scores how far it is away from 82. It's just like absolute value. We want to know its distance from the 82. So instead of on the 80, instead of an x, I want to write it is 2 away from 82. Even though it's negative, it's still 2 away. For the 88, it's 6 away from the 82. So there's my 82 right there. Let's do the lower scores. First, 72, well, that's 10 away. So there's 3 of them that are 10 away. There are 4 of them that are 12 away. 12, 12, 12, and then 2 are 14 away. On the other side, 92 is 10 away from 82. And this would be 12, and 12, and 12, and 12. And this would be 14, and 14, and 14, and 18. Now, unfortunately, we're not quite done. But at least you can see visually how far all the scores are away from the average, or the mean. Well, this is kind of like finding the mean of the mean. To find the mean or the average, you add them all up and divide. Well, we're going to do the exact same thing now. So if I add all of these up, I actually get 248, because I did this before. So it's 248. But then I have to divide it by the 20 scores. Now that's not going to equal 82, is it? Right? So 28 divided by is my MAD. This is my mean. And what is, well, you can easily do that in your head. You divide each one in half and you get this. But of course, we're dividing that by 10, so now it's a decimal. Okay, so 12.42. So of all the scores in this data range, the average is 12.4 away from the mean, which is actually very, very interesting. You'll see in the others, that's quite a big data spread. You see how far away all those numbers are from the middle? 12.4 is a big number. It tells me that my data is spread way away from the middle on both sides. So let's look at another one. Okay, here's another example. This time it's pennies at the bank for some strange reason. Anyway, if we count these up, there are 18 kids who went to the bank. And so we know that we're going to have to divide by 18. So I'll just go ahead and write that in because we know that's going to have to happen. If I added all these amounts up, 0 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 20 plus 25, etc., I would get 468 because I already did it. And if I divide 468 by 18, I get my average, which happens to be just about 26. Not exactly, but we're not going to deal with decimals today. So I'm going to put a little mark right there. 26. 26 is my mean. All right, now let's get mad. So instead of 25, I'm going to write 1. It's 1 away from 26. 1 away, 1 away, 1 away. 20 is 6 away, 6 away. 15 is 11 away. 10 is 16 away, and 0 is 26 away. On the other side, 4 away, 4, 4, 4, and 4. And that would be 9 and 9, and that would be 14. Whoops, 14, and that would be 24. All right, so now we have all the deviations away from the average or the mean. And then again, we got to add them all up. And of course, I did it for you. So if you add all these numbers up, you get 145. And guess what? We have to divide it by 18 again. This time, instead of the mean, we get the mad. So 145 divided by 18, and I'm doing it as I talk, is 8.06. So we'll just round that to 8. 8 is the mad. Now remember before we had a number in the teens, what was it, like 12 or something? So on our other set of data, we saw that the spread was much farther away from the middle than this spread. And you can see very easily that that would be true because there's so many clustered in the center. So there you go. That is what the MAD is all about, or the mean average deviation. How average is your average?